Hello and welcome back to MusicalConman plays Slay the Spire. Looks like we are queued up for another Silent Ascension 20 run, which is good because I do so enjoy them. Alright, we could get a rare relic, we could obtain a card, we could get a boss relic, or there's potions, I guess. So there are some early shops. But do we really want to go this path? We could do Campfire, Elite, and then... Ooh, that goes into 2 Elites. But we could also go Campfire, Elite, or... We got a lot of options if we take this left path, which does involve going to a shop. So I don't know if we're... Giving up all our gold for a rare relic means giving up all our gold for a rare relic, but... We could also do a boss relic swap. There's some very aggressive options this act that we could take, but also some safer paths. Let's obtain a card. I'd like to fight some elites, and it'll be good to have a little extra early power, I think. I don't know if these are necessarily it. Take a deflect, maybe? Almost kind of wanted to take none of the above. And probably go here. Maybe should have just bought a rare relic with all of my gold. But hey, there's a deflect. You can defend. And do we want to play another defend to block 3? Or do we want to hit the jaw worm? It's not blocking next turn. I'm on team defend right now. Alright. Well, this is a pretty bad turn for it to not attack, because we drew all of our defense, and now we just have strikes. But we got our defense back. So we can strike, and survivor. Take 1. Works pretty well for me. Just block for a turn. There's our deflect again, and a strike, defend. Some of the turns are simple. Alright, I think we take 1, just like the previous time, and hopefully we can defeat it soon. 3 strikes? Oof. We got good odds of getting 2 strikes next turn. I guess we keep up the full block, take another 2. I mean, it's not full block, but it's the best we can do, and we are out of the Jawworm fight. Ghost and Jar is excellent, and we could take a Masterful Stab or a Cloak and Dagger. Cloak and Dagger is great, except against Gremlin Mob. I'm gonna take a Cloak and Dagger, but after this we really need to add attacks. Money and Curse. Only have the curse for 1 hallway fight, go straight to the shop. I think that works for me. Alright. And do we want to play a strike or just take 2? Our deck is pretty defensive. I think let's fully block. Alright, we got the survivor on that doubt, and then we can do a strike here and a strike here, and we don't even have to play the deflect. Now we are weak, but we are blocked. Do exactly 5 damage there. Should be pretty solved here. Oof. I think I gotta skip here. None of these help with elite fights. In fact, all of them harm for elite fights. Alright, card remove. A die would be really nice. We could get a Hand of Greed. We could not quite Hand of Greed and card remove. So Bag of Prep or die and card remove are both very helpful. But a Hand of Greed? Could be really nice. I'm gonna grab that and maybe a Dex potion. Keep our money, I think. That does mean we've kept the curse. Right. So our goal is to kill as many things as we possibly can with Hand of Greed. So when we draw it, we will ideally kill one of these. Alright, get a Cloak and Dagger. And kill the big one. Fully block. Now we chill until we can kill this one. Oh, which is whenever we draw Hand of Greed again. Which is now. So that's 40 more gold. Choke is nice. We just need another big attack, I think. Because otherwise we just can't kill elites right now. So we'll go to a campfire here. We will upgrade our Hand of Greed. It's a 5 damage upgrade, and the money upgrade also good. And we'll check a Snapchat from my favorite viewer. Alright, and we hit it a bunch. Alright, deal 31 damage. Gaining 1 week will be a shame. Alright, we got a choke and a neutralize. That's pretty good. Really nice turn to have a neutralize. If we do this, it goes down to 20. So we take 5 more, I think. Or 4 more, it depends. Will we block? But I think we can kill it next turn if we get a Hand of Greed. And maybe even if we don't. Okay, that's 12, 16. It has 1 health. That's unfortunate. Still doing this for the damage. We could strike and take 18. We could survive her and take like 14. This might be worth a potion, frankly. Hopefully we'll get it with Hand of Greed. How much would we take here? So we'd be at 15, it would go to 23. So we could take 8 damage to try and get 25 gold. No thanks. Give me a Gremlin Horn. Ooh, we really need the Poison Stab, but a Malaise is super good. Trade some HP for a relic, heal up here. We would heal instead of upgrading something. But, ooh, we got a Tough Bandages right away. Whenever you discard a card during your turn, gain 3 block. First time you lose HP each combat, draw 3 cards. I'm into that. We could try and upgrade here, but let's rest, do an elite, and probably go to that shop. Okay, so if we discard the Doubt, we get an extra 3 block. We're being attacked for 24. We can block 22, which will draw us 3 cards. Let's get this one a little lower. Ideally, we will kill each of these with Hand of Greed. Okay. They're being attacked for 14. So we could block for 10, and then this blocks for 3 more. Or we could just fully block here. This is fine. That thing will make us weak, but this thing will still do plenty of damage. That's attacking, the others are not. And that draws us a card. Let's get this one a little lower. And have this one lose some strength. It's going to gain some strength, but less strength than it would have. Okay, we're being attacked for 19. We can block for 16. So the question is, do we want to take 3 for 25 gold eventually. I'm game. It'll be a little while. Oof, they're gonna keep hitting now, huh? Yeah, I think we need to destroy one of them, unfortunately. So I took that 3 for no reason. Got a little greedy. It is called Hand of Greed. And our money is coming right up. Alright, Crippling Cloud. I'm very into it. Yeah? Yeah. We could do the Elite. We could also just do a Campfire. We could do 2 hallway fights just to earn a bunch of money. But I think we can handle either Sentries or Lagavulin. Lagavulin we can deal with Hand of Greed. Sentries we can deal with Hand of Greed. Hand of Greed's strong. It's just 25 damage. Alright. I mean, applying poison is nice and all, but this seems like a good chance to reduce its strength and apply a bunch of weak. And this seems like a good chance to hit it pretty big. Next turn, we've got a bunch of defensive cards coming up. And just play a strike here, take 2, that'll draw 3 cards with our Centennial Puzzle. Discard the Doubt. Keep its weak train going, and I will take 1 to play a strike here. Shame to be weak. Not ideal. Okay. Really awkward to draw all of our 2-cost cards in the same hand. So this does 10 damage eventually with poison, but it does apply weak for next turn. But if we want to destroy it, I think we just have to keep doing Hand of Greed whenever we draw it. Because we don't have much damage otherwise, especially if we don't get to play the others. Alright, it's no longer weak. So Hand of Greed is going to do 23 now. So if we can do 17 damage with other cards, that would be good. Okay. Survivor is good. So a Shiv will do 2, so if we did all of our offense, it would deal 10 damage, put it down to 23. 26. But Survivor blocks for a lot. Let's get rid of the Defend. Do a Cloak and Dagger. And a Strike. So we'll take 4 more. Oh, this is a really awkward time to become weak. We might just die. Ugh. Awkward card draws. Drawing all our 2-cost cards at once. Yep, there we go again. Okay, we have to play that. Right? If we Crippling Cloud, it takes 4 this turn and 3 next turn, so that's 7. And then Choke will deal 10. No, Choke will deal 8, and Strike will deal 2. But plus 5 is 13. So we can get it down to 1 health next turn. Yikes. Basically, are we making it weak, or... Nah, we just gotta try and guarantee we can kill it. Rough Lagavulin fight. But we are through it. Okay. Nunchaku, Energy Potion, and... take some more area of effect. Take an Eviscerate? Nah. Take a Dagger Spray. Oof. I really want to anger the mushrooms. I really don't want the curse. I think we can beat them. And probably get some gold out of it. Seems like a good choke here. Good choke and dagger. Which one are we trying to kill next turn? We could also choke and defend to take 1 damage and draw 3 cards next turn. I'd like to kill one of them with Hand of Greed next turn if at all possible, so drawing 3 cards seems great for that. We can kill that one with Hand of Greed right away. Let's get this one low so that we can kill it with something else. So then do we Cloak and Dagger? Basically, do we want to do 7 extra damage? And leave this at 4 plus 6. Leave this at 4 health to be killed by a single strike? Or do we want to draw cards? I think we probably just want to get this as low as possible. Alright. Scary. Good thing we've got that Gremlin Horn. So then this dies, and that draws us a card. Then we can certainly deflect, and weak does not block enough, so we'll do that. And we may get out of this without taking damage. Get that low, and if we're lucky, we'll draw Hand of Greed now. We didn't, but we don't die. That blocks for 4, this never blocks for enough for us to not do that. Alright, we got an extra 25 out of that. Piercing Wail is pretty decent. And let's go shopping. We could get a Shuriken. Pretty decent. Get an Orrery. I think removing this doubt is a must. And maybe just look at an Orrery. Give me some card options. Adrenaline. Pretty interested in that. Maybe an escape plan. I'll take a Footwork. And an Adrenaline. Could take a Backflip. A little early, but it's okay. I think it's a little early for a Backflip, but the Footwork would help a lot. There's a lot of cards I would really love to upgrade at this campfire, but I don't think I can justify upgrading any of them when we have 8 health. Yeah, we don't need a dodge and roll. I think I want to heal here to try and not die to the Guardian fight. Alright, get some weak next turn. Do some damage, and Nunchaku and do some more damage. Okay. And just use our Piercing Wail this turn, I guess. Take 3, draws us a bunch of cards. We could do a Choke and Adrenaline. And do a Hand of Greed. We could also, but that might draw the Malaise. We could just play Malaise next turn. As a matter of fact, if we Energy Potion Malaise, we're pretty much set for the rest of the fight, right? So we take 3 here, next turn it's attacking for 2 times 2. I think this is wise. It's gonna be weak for a while, but we're out of energy. So we'll do that. See, this turn is a lot easier when it has -5 strength. Alright, we used our potion, and I think that sets us up. You know, I could have taken an upgrade knowing that we had that potion. I'll just go ahead and do this. Alright, it's at 11. It's doing a big hit, but we can do 20 damage, right? 12, exactly 20. We could also take 10, but I don't want to do that. I want to split it. Because this phase is not very scary. Normally you want to play the choke first for its effect, but in this case we wanted to gain some block before we took damage. Here we want to play a hand degrade. Should be pretty easy to kill this with hand degrade this fight. It is getting a little trickier to split it because we don't have any kind of scaling damage. We have one crippling cloud and that's it. Ooh, no. This is very unfortunate. 25. Yep, we're just out of this one. Ah, well. Guardian got us. Well, that's okay. That run was kind of weird anyway. Let's just start a new one. Curse for a rare boss swap. There is a shop right away, but it is a lot of hallway fights. So that path is 4 hallway fights. Campfire, more hallway fights. This path is Campfire, Elite, Shop, Elite. So we could fight a lot of elites this act, or we could do Campfire, Campfire. This seems like an act where we could go very aggressive or very safe. Let's do a boss relic swap, see what we get. Sozu. No potions, but extra energy. That seems like a pretty good hit. So that makes me think maybe consider going this way, or at least one of these ways with multiple elites. So let's start over on this side. We play all of our cards, we hit the weaker one, and we take 1 damage. Alright. We'll do that to do as much damage as we can to the living one while fully blocking. And we win. I like a quick slash here. Drawing a card becomes better when we have more energy. We're more likely to have a desire to play a card. And we want to block 2. I think with 4 energy we can probably beat Jawworm without taking damage. Or more damage than that. The big threat of Jawworm is that it's tough to play all your cards. It's tough to block and attack. But here, with all this energy, we can fully block and do mini hits. Next turn we get 2 strikes, so I'm going to fully block. I think it blocks for 5, is that right? Yeah, and 2 strikes does it. Plus we got more attacks anyway. Alright, no potion, but backflip for card draw, or an early Noxious Fumes for Centuries and Lagavulin. I'm into that. Let's take a question mark here. Remove a strike. And go into another hallway fight. Okay, let's draw a card. We will strike it very much and block what we can here. Simpler turn. Just block for 5 each. So we'll do that. Sozu is a pretty good starting relic. I'm into it. We can take another Noxious Fumes. Little bold. I'd rather upgrade the first one. Take a Flying Knee just for damage. These will be good against the elites, though. The Act 1 elites. Okay, this turn we play all of our cards. This turn we draw a card, we neutralize, and we play almost all of our cards. We continue to just play everything we draw that seems worth playing. And that's the fight. Take a Poison Stab as another strike plus. It's another thing to spend energy on. Alright. We'll get started on the one with the lowest HP. Take 5. Take our first damage in a little while. Now they've all lost their artifact charges, we'll apply some weak here. We're just going to discard our Ascender's Bane. So we'll take 4 more damage. Alright, we get another Noxious Fumes, we get to fully block. Our bottom card is a Defend. I don't really want to draw that. This turn, I want to draw it. Next turn. So that thing's dead. Oh, we got our Quick Slash again. I mean, it wasn't dead yet, but we made it dead. Let's get to work on this thing. They both have the same health. We might be able to kill that in 3 turns with some good draws. We weren't going to kill anything this turn. Let's hit 8 that turn, and then 11 this turn, so we just need a strike. And a Poison Stab is a pretty good strike. So if we can just get any attack this turn... Okay, not any attack, but we got good enough defense that it doesn't matter. Good Sentries fight. We lost 19 health. Not too bad. Gambling Chip, I'm into it. Would I take a Backflip? With 4 energy? It's a bit of a risky choice. But one thing that helps a lot against the upcoming Gremlin Knob fight is that we have a Gambling Chip, so our turn 1 is not so bad. Okay, so it attacks for 8 and then 24. So 31 health is not the super safest. If it's Lagavulin, we want a Noxious Fumes or a Neutralize. If it's Gremlin Knob, we want a Poison Stab or a Neutralize. I think the Neutralize upgrade is pretty good here. Alright, and let's do some damage this turn. I'm okay with a strike, but I really want our Noxious Fumes. I said. Okay. Good enough. So next turn it deals a little less than 8 damage. It deals 6. Do a Poison Stab, a Strike, a Noxious Fumes. Defend, not worth it here. Because we are not going to kill it next turn. So now it attacks for 24, we don't die, and we get a Neutralize off. If we defend twice, we'll block for 10, but we'll take 9 more damage. So playing both of these would block for 1. It's taking 11 this turn, and then 14 next turn, so that's 24 damage. So can we deal 10 with our cards? Worst hand is Defend, 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 Survivor, Backflip. And Backflip always draws more attacks. No, it'd be Defend, 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 Strike, Survivor would be our worst hand. Oh, it's weak though, so this actually blocks for more than 1. Yeah, okay. Seems worth a shot. Alright, we did not get the worst possible hand, and that's the fight. Stone Calendar, 52 damage on turn 7. No potion. Take an Envenom. 1 poison slowly. We've got scaling damage. I think we need faster damage. I think a deadly poison is better than an envenom here. Gremlin Horn is good. Take some healing and head to this elite. Upgrades are nice, but living is even nicer. Okay. Let's keep the deadly poison. Keep 2 defense, see if we get better stuff. Nope, strike would have been nicer. But at least we got rid of our Cinder's Bane. Okay. One of those will be fine. Fully block. It's not getting away. There we go. No potions. But a leg sweep is great with extra energy. And we're not fighting Gremlin Knob. Because we just did. Yeah, give me some poison. I could just try and get both the Noxious Fumes in play. We're gonna wake it this turn. We got a leg sweep and a neutralize in there. We got some good stuff. We could do a Noxious Fumes now, but I'd rather wait. Now it does have poison, so we are waking it up, so let's apply a bunch of weak and get going. We do have the Stone Calendar to help out on turn 7 as well. With that in mind, killing it in time is not a huge concern. So let's just block as much as we can. This does 2 extra damage per turn. This does 6 extra damage right now. Not super relevant. Either way, it's going to die when the Stone Calendar pops. Probably not before then. Kind of awkward to draw a fully defensive hand on the turn where it's not attacking us. Alright, so we're going to get hit for a lot right now because we don't have... Our whole last turn was all defense. Our whole next turn is mostly defense. But this turn, it's just fighting time. So we're going to get hit very hard. So we got that hand instead of an upgrade at the next campfire, basically. But it's very dead. Happy Flower, no potion, and... Dash would have been nice to have for some of those fights. We're going into Slime Boss. Dash is still kind of good with... We don't really have ways to spend all our energy. I'll take a dash. We're not going to be able to fight another elite after all that health we lost, so events. Bag of prep, awesome with gambling chip. And this replaces the starting relic we gave up. Definitely take an upgrade here. I like a Noxious Fumes upgrade pretty well. It'll be helpful in phase 2 of the Slime Boss, and how often do we get a good split? We probably split pretty slow. We have 4 energy and we've got some card draw. But we don't have huge attacks and we've got slow poison. I think we need to play it safe here, get some health. Alright, sorry Ascender's Bane, it's not your time. Sorry Neutralize, I want poison. Backflip for deadly poison? Or dash for dash? Poison Stab is good enough. We do have the Stone Calendar on turn 7. That's a consideration. So we could say that we want to just take the big hit next turn and go through a full cycle. It's pretty hard for us to split next turn. We always do this. So it takes 12 from poison this turn, and then 16 next turn, that's 28, so then it's at 113. We need it to be weak next turn. Because we are not going to split on the first round. Alright. It's pretty good. Block as much as we can. Thanks, Happy Flower, for the extra defensive potential. This turn, it's going to go from 97 down to 77. We don't want to mess with that. If it went down below 75, it would split immediately. And that would be a real shame. Now we're getting a big split. We just have to block for next turn, and then after that, Stone Calendar will finish it. Alright. We don't die here. We don't even come close thanks to that leg sweep. We take 7. And that's the fight. We had exactly 19 health, which is exactly how much the last campfire healed. Take 1,000 cuts as a little more slow AoE scaling. Take a bullet time with a little bit of card draw. Grab 1,000 cuts. Even more energy. We could go elite hunting. How strong is our deck against Act 2 elites? We're okay against Gremlin Leader. We're okay against Book of Stabbing because we've got decent block and decent scaling damage. We're kind of rough against slavers, but we can work on that. If we can survive till turn 7, we do great. So let's try a Black Star. We've got 4 energy. Let's see what we can do with it. Okay, so we could do a 3 elite path on the right side. Go to an early shop. I'm into it. We could also go to 3 events. Then campfire, super elite, or we could skip the super elite. 2 events or 1 shop. I really love the Act 2 events, but we have 400 gold, and the shop seems really helpful with that. Alright. Not a strike right now, not 1,000 cuts right now. Quick Slash draws another card, or we could just draw the other card by getting rid of it. Alright. We're not getting through its plated armor, but we can apply some poison. Totally fine to take 2 here to get all our other stuff set up. Alright. We could leg sweep to apply 2 more weak, or we could remove 1 plated armor and do a little damage. I think applying more weak is more important here. We're killing it with poison at this rate. Take 1. Alright. Draw me a card, you're the card draw man. Draw me a card tonight. Should almost certainly be the fight. We can fully block to let our Happy Flower get 1 more turn. Might as well do that. Okay, good fight. No potion, but we get a footwork. I like a footwork with our other stuff that we got going on. Specifically our backflip and our lots of energy. Alright, being attacked for 22. We can make them both weak and leg sweep. So 11 goes down to 8. So 16. And leg sweep blocks 11. Leg sweep, Noxious Fumes, Noxious Fumes. I'm fine with taking 5 here. This should help ensure that we kill them both instead of either of them getting away. Alright, not our best turn, but it is what it is. So we'll take another 9. This the damage we're taking in hallway fights here is kind of saying no super elite to me. They're both running away next turn. So this is going to take 9 this turn. And 13 next turn, so that's 22. So if we can deal 11 damage to it this turn, that'll do it. We've got 1,000 cuts, so just playing these cards will do that. That thing's gonna take 15 poison damage next turn, so they are both dead. Good stuff. We get all of our money back. I'll take another backflip. We have a footwork plus going on. Well, footwork, sorry, not a footwork plus. Predator could be decent. Paper Crane seems really nice for our deck. We have a neutralize plus and a leg sweep. Predator, it's card draw and a big hit. Let's get rid of a strike. Two energy to draw 2 cards next turn. I don't think it's super helpful, but we don't have... Dash is our only big attack. I think against Gremlin Leader this helps us take out the little ones. I think against Slavers this helps us take out one of them. Alright, being attacked for 14, a leg sweep will handle that. So leg sweep, Predator, and a Noxious Fumes. Yeah. So we can draw the rest of our cards later. Okay. Now that'll block for 7. Take 3. We could try and draw another defend. We've got good odds of doing that, and I'm fine with not playing 1,000 cuts. But we did not draw that. I remain fine with not playing 1,000 cuts. We'd like to draw these next turn, so let's not do any backflips. If we can spend 4 energy on block while they attack here. Oof, 30 attack. Yikes. Okay. But we got a lot of energy. So we can actually spend 5 energy on block here. So 30 is no problem at all. 22 is a little bit of an issue. How about 13? Is 13 an issue? Not so bad, right? And 6 plus 5 is another 11, so we are not killing it this turn. Alright, take another 8. Kind of scary, but we can rest and take a shot at that super. We've got that stone calendar coming up next turn. I don't see any way for us to kill them both this turn. I don't see any way for them to not die next turn. So I think the fight is over. You know what? That's a way for that to not die next turn, and that's actually good because of Happy Flower. Alright, Stone Calendar. Pop off. And Happy Flower gets to 1. More leg sweep with Paper Crane. I'm into it. Give me an event. Ooh. Remove 3 strikes, receive 5 bites is a bit of a downside, but that consistent healing is really nice. Can we ever afford an upgrade here? And if so, what is it? Probably a footwork. But how often do we just die to slavers or the other thing? pretty often, but we've got all those bites to heal us. Let's believe in ourselves and our dreams. Super elite. Into the run. Maybe. Okay, it just has a bunch of regen. Let's get some poison active. The healing is nice, but like poison. Paper crane, super good against this enemy. Footwork, great. And get a Noxious Fumes Plus started. Very into that. Draw me some more cards. And some more cards. Leg Sweep keeps it weak for a while, but drawing 2 cards next turn. I think we gotta race this thing to the bottom of its health bar. We're gonna be able to heal ourselves a bit, but once it starts doing the like 7x5, things get tough. I don't think we can afford 1,000 cuts here. Okay, that keeps it weak. We could dash and bite. We could Noxious Fumes bite. So the bites, 2 bites is deal 14, block 4. This is deal 10, block 13. But we don't need to block 13. We need to block 6. So it's block 4 or block 6. That's Noxious Fumes. 4 extra damage or 2 extra health. I'm gonna say 2 extra health. Alright, this would be a 7x5. I would like to give a big shout out to Paper Crane, my best friend. I think this might go okay. We could Survivor and Predator. Is that ever doable? Take 9? I don't think so. We need that poison to start going a lot faster than it is currently going. Can we afford to leg sweep? Or do we need to bite? This blocks for 4. This blocks for 14. We do have that stone calendar coming up. Alright. Heal a little bit, block, heal a little bit. So happy about these bites, they are helping a huge amount. And that's the fight. It's at 43 health. Stone calendar will do it. Whew. Super elite down. We get a Centennial puzzle and a Tori. Nice combination. Catalyst seems like a thing we really need to speed up these long fights. And we only get to... Oh, wait, we only get to fight 1 more elite. These aren't on the same path. 2 question marks. Or question mark and campfire. Question mark and campfire seems like the thing to do. I want to make it weak. I do like deadly poison. Okay. You know what? We do have that Tori. So if we defend, that takes us to 18 block. So the first 2 hits do nothing. The third hits for 6, which Tori doesn't block. If we do this, the first hits for 8, the second hits for 3. So we only took 1 extra damage. So the bite actually blocks more than the defend here, thanks to Tori. Alright. Let's make it weak for a while, or at least next turn. Upgraded leg sweeps would be a huge help. Alright. Keep it weak. This is actually 1 times 3, thanks to Tori, so let's just bites. And bites. And just do a little more poison. Tori and Paper Crane seems like an excellent combination. So now we're just trying to apply bites. I guess we can block if we've got nothing better to do. So we can kill it this turn, but we don't have to. But we get bites. Alright, we got a little bit of healing out of that fight. A dodge and roll with a footwork plus. Seems decent. Toy Ornithopter is completely useless because we will never get a potion. Good Sapphire Key opportunity. Let's go the way with an extra question mark before the elite. Okay. Big damage coming in. We do have a neutralize. So if we neutralize, it goes from 21, 40% would be minus 8 and a bit. So it goes down to either 13 or 12. I think it goes down to 12. So then we're being attacked for 18. Which we can actually block with these pretty well. Alright. Let's backflip, see what we get. A leg sweep. Dodge and roll, and just keep this thing weak for longer. So we fully blocked on the big first turn, and we can figure out the rest later. Alright. Unfortunately, Tori is not going to activate against that. But we'll get our Centennial Puzzle. We cannot break that thing's plated armor yet. So let's just get that rat taken down. Alright. Seems like a good turn to break a rat. Footwork. Bite. We get leg sweep. Predator seems a little ambitious, because when we're vulnerable, that'll be 6 times 2, which is not Toride. Let's just keep it weak. Oh, right. If we kill it, we get an extra energy. Gremlin Horn. My bad. Alright, this turn we can fully block and get some healing, and take some plated armor out, which is good. We're still vulnerable, but we get some more healing. We could double its poison, but I don't know if I want to shorten the fight. I think we can block pretty well against this thing once the vulnerable wears off. Our deck can usually keep things weak forever, so let's just play bites. As many bites as we can get. Alright, Stone Calendar. I'll take some more card draw. All-out attack would be decent against slavers. But not that much else. I think our deck is strong enough to get some card draw. Ooh. Apparitions? It does make the bites a little less valuable. But I think it's still really good, especially in a deck that has a catalyst. Speaking of which, we've got a lot of card draw. We've got 2 cards to discard, Survivor and Acrobatics, so we can potentially get rid of an apparition. I think Catalyst is our best way to kill the champ. Gremlin Leader. Alright, we do not need apparitions or really bites this turn. Actually, bites are good for killing these things. So we can do that. Again, 1,000 cuts, footwork, and this does 6 plus the 1,000 cuts. So it takes 7 damage, and then it takes 5 from poison. So it probably dies next turn. This does... So this does 10 damage, and this does a little more than 10 damage. Over the next 2 turns. Okay, this is an important time to have a neutralize. 8 plus 4, 12. It's kind of hard to kill. But we could draw a card that kills it, so let's still hit it. Ooh, do we want to kill that? Or do we need to make that weak? We have to make that weak, right? Playing 4 cards is so close to killing that, though. But it'll die. We just won't get the Gremlin Horn. One extra card in energy, like, when is that going to be better than neutralize? Only when it's like sweep or apparition. This is good enough. Plus, we still get the extra card, we just don't get to keep the extra energy. Alright, Noxious Fumes, Bite. Keeping it weak seems more important than dealing a little extra damage. Our deck is 23 max health, so our defense is kind of our priority. Draw me some cards. Okay, let's destroy you. Gremlin Horn it up. Gonna Apparition this turn, because why not? Yeah, that thing will die this turn, and we can get to work on the big one. Alright, there's a Catalyst. Discard the Apparition, because it's not time. Time for this. We're just weak next turn. Yeah, it's gonna die to the poison. We need defense. Cool. Easy fight, easy life. Stone Calendar is gonna finish him off. But we might be able to kill it on our own without Stone Calendar's help. Stone Calendar is just coming in on the back end, just like, hey, just in case. Bam. Alright, Darkstone Periapt and Matryoshka. So another way of saying you might get stuff later, and you might get stuff later. A third Noxious Fumes Plus seems very slow. I'll take a dodge and roll with our footwork. Let's get some poison active if we can. Footwork, Noxious Fumes, Predator. We're not going to be able to kill this thing right away. But we can get one of its artifact charges off. So, being attacked for 21 next turn. Noxious Fumes Plus. Leg Sweep Deadly Poison does a lot. We could Poison Stab, Leg Sweep, Deadly Poison on that one. That blocks for 14, and its attack will go down from 11 to 7 or 6. So we could take 3 damage to ensure a pretty good kill on that. Yeah, take 2 damage. Make sure we get a pretty good poison kill pretty soon. And with bites and apparitions, taking 1 damage here and there is not usually an issue for us. Yeah, I'll play another apparition. Okay, good fight. There's that catalyst. Draw me the cards. Yeah, those are some of them. Okay, next turn we will kill them with our Happy Flower on 2, which is the way that we like to kill them. Good fight. Probably not getting through that 80 block, but we don't need to. Crippling Cloud or Piercing Wail? We already have a lot of weak and a lot of AoE poison, but it's hard to have too many Piercing Wails. Let's upgrade one of our leg sweeps or our other noxious fumes. We could upgrade the 1000 cuts. I think it's the other noxious fumes, because we gotta kill the champ. And I think our strategy of doing that is just block, stall, and apply a bunch of poison. Okay, it's not attacking. Shame to draw an apparition. We could bite and deadly poison, but I like the card draw next turn. I want to get my noxious fumes in play right away. Alright. So with Tori, we're only taking 1 here, but also it has a zillion block we're not going to get through. So we'll just block what we can. We can survive the apparition, which is nice. Apply a little weak, gain a little block next turn. This is going to be a long fight, I think. If it goes well, it will be a long fight. Alright. It has 14 Metallicize, which is a lot of block every turn. It is attacking for our max health, which is a thing you should expect to see it doing in the near future. Alright, we take 12. We get our Centennial Puzzle draw. There's a leg sweep. Heal a bit, poison a bit. Alright, I would love to heal up with these bites. This is not the best time for an apparition. But I'll take my weak when I can apply it. Alright, if we triple the poison now, it goes to 99. So then it takes about 100, well, it takes 99 this turn, and then 105 or 104 next turn. So that's 203. And then it cleanses the poison, and we still have 100 damage left to do. I think we're going to try to keep blocking and play Catalyst the next time we draw it, because we don't have a good way to deal with Phase 2. Oh no. Oh no, it's going to go into Phase 2 on its own because of the poison. Oh, I really should have done the math, but it's not going there quite yet. There's our Catalyst Plus. Okay, that's the fight. And that's that. Good champ fight. You know what? I should have played Bites to heal up. Not a huge deal. Corpse Explosion? We kind of apply poison to things all at once, but also we don't have a single way to apply poison fast except deadly poison. Bullet time would be okay with our backflips and our acrobatics. Let's take a Corpse Explosion. I think it helps against Donu Deca. Energy, but only 6 cards. 3 transform and upgrades, or energy, but you can't rest. We only have 23 health, and we have bites. So when are we going to rest anyway? Okay. Not a lot of elite hunting here. There's 2 elites here, and an elite there, and then a bunch of events, and that's about as much as we can get out of Black Star here. Corpse Explosion seems clutch. With an apparition, and... okay. Thousand Cuts or Noxious Fumes? Noxious Fumes is probably still going to be better. Damage to just whichever one has the lowest health. Let's get going on this one. Now we just gotta survive for a few turns. Centennial Puzzle will help with that. As will Piercing Wail, if we so choose. And look at all our energy. Draw me some cards. Yeah, there's an apparition. So block next turn. Alright. Looking pretty sorted. Especially if they do nothing here. Should win next turn with Happy Flower at 2. If, depending how much these things block is the only issue, I think. Not enough, though. They don't block for enough to survive. Alright, Corpse Explode. There we go. More Leg Sweep? Or do we have enough Leg Sweep? I think I'd take too many cards. I think I would do better at this game if I took less cards. But I just look at a card and I see that's a thing that would help me. We have an Apparition and a Corpse Explosion, so let's just get aggressive. Noxious Fumes is just barely aggressive. Cool. Go on the weak one. Apparate. Noxious Fumes does 3 damage per turn, which is better than 7 damage once. Sorry, not 3 damage per turn, it scales. But it's not better than 15 right now, is the point I'm trying to make. Plus, we need to play 1 Noxious Fumes to kill this thing, because it has slightly more max health. Alright, we got another Apparition. We got a Footwork, we got a Bite, we got a Quick Slash, we got a Bite. Totally fine taking 3 damage here, because we got all these bites. Cool. Deadly Poison and Catalyst will solve that problem for us. And we get a little more healing out of it. Good fight. Gain Strength at Rest Sites. Not sure when we'll do that. But Blur seems pretty good with Apparitions and a bunch of defensive cards. Madness doesn't. We could gain 6 max HP with Darkstone Periapt in exchange for a Curse, which we can just Gambling Chip away. Our max HP is very low. 6 is kind of a lot. I might take a Curse on purpose, because that's a very easy Curse for our deck to deal with. I'm going to look at these options. We can heal pretty easily. Dark Shackles, maybe? A little late for Hand of Greed. Violence gets us bites. We could take a good Instincts. We have a bunch of card draw and we have some dexterity. I think it's basically a Deflect. I would take a Deflect. None of these seem good. And I'll take a Dark Shackles. Event me up. No, I don't want Writhe. I do want Corpse Explosion. And I just need 1 block card with Apparition. Backflip will be good enough. Do this, then we can start attacking this thing safely. Let's do that. That thing dies on turn 3 no matter what, so we gotta kill it. Alright. Seems good enough to me. We'll win with Happy Flower on 2, which is a plus. Just give me some bites, that's all I need now. Alright, I'm just gonna make some hand space, play acrobatics, 1 bite. Potion we don't get, and attacks we don't take. Gain strength here, maybe? Is that ever worth doing? It's not as good as upgrading an apparition. Do we ever upgrade something else? I don't think so. The apparitions are very good. We only have 3, and they're kind of important to play at the right time. Give me some poison. That seems important against this enemy. 22, and it doesn't block or do anything else. Seems pretty good to me. I don't really want that. Didn't really want that right now, but I guess I've played it. Shout out to Tori. Gonna fully block this. Should have played 1,000 Cuts first. Bite here could change its attack, and we don't want it to change its attack. We want it to hit us for 3 times 1. Let's play a bite, see what it does. Give us 6 more max HP with a curse? I don't think that's good. Five times 3 is perfectly fine. Especially if we're not even really taking it. Alright, I guess we play bites this turn. That's fine. Alright, it's not doing the curse, so we are not going to change its attack intent. I would like to play another bite, but if I've decided I don't want the curse, I have decided I don't want the curse. This is fine though. Lots of block this turn, lots of block next turn, and it dies. So we'll just play bites. Or bite, singular. Up to 26 out of 29. No. Gonna say no. Gonna say yes to an elite. I could play 2 apparitions for safety next turn, but I'd rather try and get some poison going. Or just make it weak next turn, that's fine. Our poison is so very slow. A bouncing class could do a lot for us. Our Tori is going to help us out here. We just take 1, which draws us 3 with Centennial Puzzle. Here we just play a bunch of cards. We block a bunch, we do a little damage with 1,000 Cuts. Okay, Deadly Poison. Important card. Next. Could be a pretty powerful blur. I'd like to apply some more poison. How much do I need to block next turn? I've already got 16 block next turn. I think that's fine. Let's apply 6 more poison. Because we do have to destroy this thing eventually. And it doesn't seem to attack us for very much. Not with our paper crane and all that going on. That's 7 times 3. Oh no. I liked 4 times 3 better. Can you go back to that? Alright, Stone Calendar helping. Dies next turn. With our Happy Flower on 2. Alright, good fight. We get 2 attack upgrades. And we get another footwork. Seems good. Predator plus and a bite plus is just fine. Ooh, thanks Matryoshka. Nunchaku and another Dex to start. And let's go to these 2 elites. Let's go shopping first. Snecko Skull seems super clutch for us. We could buy that and a Clockwork Souvenir. We could remove the Writhe to draw 1 extra card on turn 1. But these both seem pretty important for us. The Clockwork Souvenir is just a nice, helpful thing to have, especially if we can get a Wraith form or something like that. It's good against the heart. It'd be better with potions. Card remove could be good. I'm not trying to not card remove here. But I think Clockwork Souvenir is going to do a pretty good amount of work for us. And now we can get weak to all enemies on turn 1 for 36 gold, so I'm glad we spent our money. I'll keep these attacks because killing the little ones with Gremlin Horn is pretty useful. Okay, so 23 health, so this is 13, 23 damage. Then we get an energy. And we just do that. And we get a little block next turn, I think. You know what? That was too hasty. I should have Corpse Explosioned one and not killed it this turn, so it could kill the others this turn. It works out. That was a little hasty there. Stone Calendar might end up being kind of useful in this fight. Do we want to be intangible next turn? These things are about to die on their own. It's summoning, so I'm going to say yeah. Then again, what's the point of being intangible if we're going to have our blur up? I think it just adds a little extra safety. 1,000 cuts, noxious fumes. Get some poison on that, which we super need to do. Get a little weak for next turn, and I think we're good here. 1,000 cuts is going to help. Noxious fumes is going to help. I'm not too worried about taking out these little ones this turn. Okay. If we bite, that takes out one of them. We don't need the deadly poison. That gets us an extra card. Let's Piercing Wail. Dark Shackles. Noxious Fumes. Take 8 damage. Alright. Now we could do Corpse Explosion, Catalyst, and Leg Sweep. take another 3. You know what? I could have blocked for more by playing 2 other things. We have 6 dexterity, but we have Tori, so only took 1. I'm just playing kind of fast today. I know I could play more deliberate, but I'm okay with that. 7 more max HP is great. Meat on the bone, probably not super relevant, but I'll take it. None of those. Transforming a curse will make it a different curse, so that's no good. Transform... Could transform 1,000 cuts. What's bad in our deck? We could probably transform one of these bites. Oh, it's a colorless card, so it transforms into a different colorless card. Interesting. All these defends and backflips and stuff are pretty good because of all our dexterity that we have. I think it's one of the bites. Sadistic nature. Whenever you apply a debuff to an enemy, they take 3 damage. Not super inspiring, but fine. Let's get some scaling going. I'll keep a bite plus for the healing. We don't need the good instincts, we're fully blocked. Okay. I can work with that. Get a leg sweep for the extra week? Nah. Okay, sadistic nature happens. Predator and leg sweep or dodge and roll? Probably good to get the weak train started. Draw me cards. Alright, there we go. We've got a neutralize and 4 block cards as options. I don't think we die next turn, but we could do double apparitions just to make sure. What's the worst hand? 1,000 cuts, bite, deadly poison, and then the worst 2 of these, which would be like defend and dodge and roll. Even if we just get defend, dodge and roll, we have 6 dexterity, so that's 11 plus 10, so that's 21 block as our worst possible hand next turn. It's not attacking for 53. Let's get the poison train started. Alright, we got better than the worst possible outcome. 1,000 cuts, leg sweep, blur. I don't think 1,000 cuts is relevant at all here. I think it's much better to play defend and get extra block this turn. Draw me some cards. Deadly poison, bite, bite, dodge and roll. Nope, dodge and roll, bite, bite is the way to do it because of the slow stacks. Alright. We can 1,000 cuts now anyway. Keep the weakness coming. Play all our cards. We actually take some damage this turn. It's been a while. Stone Calendar here to say hello. Ready for a catalyst. There it is. Okay, and we have a lot of other block. I could have blocked better, but we only take 1 thanks to Tora. I could play bites, or I could keep my nunchaku at 9. 2 health, or 9 on the nunchaku. Against Onudeka, I'm gonna say extra energy. Alright, let's get our last 2 relics. Courier and Maw Bank. Not really that inspiring. We could take a Poison Stab for faster poison, or we could take a Skip for faster drawing our better cards. Alright, let's go into the Act 3 Elites and see how they look. Alright, I really want to play Corpse Explosion at some point. It's not urgent. I will totally play an Apparition here. 1,000 Cuts seems okay. Acrobatics me. Alright. 1,000 Cuts, Predator, Sadistic Nature. Predator is probably better than 1,000 Cuts. Oh wait, we had the thing at 9. We get to do both. Silly me. Okay, 15 times 2, but we get all of our great scaling. Leg Sweep Blur blocks for 28. Then we take 2, which is actually good because of Centennial Puzzle. Alright. We got a Noxious Fumes Plus, which we need. We got a Poison Stab into a Leg Sweep and a Dodge and Roll. And taking 3 is fine because we're healing 3 by playing a Bite. Plus, we only take 1 because of Torai. Play this just to deal 1 damage to everything, but not play that. A Well-Laid Plans would be really nice in this deck. Notification from an app I have not used in some time. Week seems good here. From 18 to 10. I'm down with that. Get working on Donu, trying to kill that first, as usual. At some point, we will draw a Corpse Explosion, and that will be the one that it happens to. I think it's not too early for Catalyst. Playing all these draw cards did not draw our Corpse Explosion, but it helps get us much closer to Corpse Explosion. Dodge and Roll. We get Poison Stab Catalyst. But I think it has... I think 67 growing every turn is enough poison. We don't want it to die too fast anyway. Okay, so 73 this turn plus 78 next turn is 100 and... It's too much damage. So this thing might die too early, which would be a shame. Yeah, it's gonna die too early. Corpse Explosion now? No Corpse Explosion now. Alright, we'll have to kill this one the old-fashioned way. At least we get an extra card out of it from Gremlin Horn. Of course, Corpse Explosion was the very next card we'd draw. Alright. Good time for an Apparition. And a little more poison. I like healing. I like poison. I like sweeping legs. Our Nunchaku is at 9, which is a good place for it to be. Alright. We will not have our Happy Flower at the perfect number, but our Nunchaku is pretty good. I'm fine being at 34 health. We'll heal up to 35, I think. No, wait. Right, we have a whole other boss to fight. Noxious Fumes seems good. Leg Sweep seems good. Awesome. Strong Poison. We gotta play this. I think we'll save the Catalyst. I mean, we could Corpse Explosion and Catalyst to do 7 and then 22. That doesn't seem that necessary. This seems worth doing now. Okay. Don't want to play cards pointlessly. Alright, let's play 4 more cards. Or I could just play 3 more cards for next turn. If I blur, I get 8 block next turn. The Deadly Poison is not that important. Yeah, let's save a couple of card plays. No need to go too fast against Time Eater. Giving it a bunch of strength would be bad for us. Play the Footwork. Play the Leg Sweep. And give it its first strength. Keep it weak. We don't have any more weak in the next turn or two. Let's just make sure it stays weak. Sadistic Nature is 3 damage every turn. We could Piercing Wail and get our Centennial Puzzle. I am going to play this. Let's heal for 2 just in case. Call that good enough. Our Apparition's not upgraded, so we might as well play it. Alright. Leg Sweep is great against Time Eater because it's a powerful card, and it only takes 1 card to do a lot of good things. Looks like we're not going to be able to Catalyst before the split. It's splitting this turn. It's splitting, so that means there's no point in Blur, Dodge, and Roll, because it's not attacking next turn, so let's just pass. Continue to not give it too much strength. Or Noxious Fumes will kill it eventually. Leg Sweep. Play 2 more cards, or can we block with 2 cards? Let's get a Slime out of our deck. We can probably block with 2 cards, but felt like it would be safe to not limit ourselves so much. Get a Leg Sweep. Dodge and Roll Deadly Poison. We could also just Predator and take 1. Seems good. We finally get our Centennial Puzzle active. Thanks, Torai. Alright, there's a Catalyst. Along with some extra poison. Snecko Skull has applied a lot of poison this fight. Okay. Oh, you know what? I should be playing attacks for Nunchaku. 3, 4, and your turn. Huh, didn't do anything. Weird. I gave it a free turn and everything. Time Eaters are such a strange bunch of creatures. Alright, last upgrade. It's probably an apparition. Footwork, though? Footwork is pretty good. 7 more max HP seems better than anything else here. Card remove is also good. But our max HP is so low. I mean, we could buy potions. I'm not sure why we would do that. Max HP or remove the Writhe. I mean, we took a Writhe to gain 6 max HP. Right now our choice is have a Writhe on our deck and get 7 more max HP, or don't. I think we're going to make the same choice we did last time and go up to 43. Alright, if we can get a good corpse explosion here, this fight goes pretty well. Playing 2 apparitions seems wise, because next turn tends to be rough. Footwork. Which one are we trying to kill? Probably this one. We don't care that much about the fact that it blocks a ton, because we're mostly killing it with poison after this point. Yeah, it'd be 40 damage. I prefer 4. Alright, we got rid of the artifact charges. It probably does a big attack this turn, so we can apply weak, hopefully. Draw me cards. Draw me more cards. There's our corpse explosion, and we've got a piercing wail, so we can play it. Can we just Dark Shackles? It goes to 29. I'm trying to decide if we can ever play Noxious Themes here. Or Blur. I think the answer is don't do that. Alright, so we're taking 18. So we get our Centennial Puzzle. Hopefully we can heal up before the end of the fight. Alright, there's a Noxious Fumes. Probably need to get a leg sweep going, but the healing is also good. We have a neutralize and a leg sweep coming up, so we can always make one of them weak, and probably both. Okay. Good enough. This thing is slowly ticking away. That is a lot of damage coming up. Big yikes. Let's bring that down a lot. From 48 to 28, I can work with that. Alright, so we're still being attacked for a bunch, but we are not going to die. Not yet. We have our Meat on the Bone active, so as long as we don't get above... Yeah, if we're at 21 or below, we'll heal 12. And we can get to exactly 21 if we want. I don't know why I drew those cards. Alright. This thing is dead, so let's just play 2 more attacks for our Nunchaku. Alright, we'll go into the heart fight at 30. Oh yeah, also Stone Calendar came to play. 2 more relics. Lantern and Mercury Hourglass, and another backflip. I'm gonna say yes, another backflip. We have made it to the second page of relics, which is a great honor not all decks achieve, and we got both of our Noxious Fumes on turn 1, which seems very, very clutch. I would like it to be weak next turn, so I'm keeping the leg sweep. Yeah, this seems good. And a bunch of weak. 5 weak. Cool. Our Clockwork Souvenir prevents it from making us vulnerable this turn. I'm going to play Sadistic Nature before I play a block card in order to draw 3 cards. And now I'm going to play block cards. Not very good block cards because we're frail and we haven't got any decks yet. So we are in great danger. I think we try and preserve our health as much as we can. 1 times 15. Shout out to that beautiful week. Really need those footworks. One times 15 would totally kill us if not for Dark Shackles. Footwork. Footwork, I'm calling your name. Come to me, Footwork. Footwork. Where are you? Alright, we're doing this instead. So we'll heal a little bit, and dash blocks some, but we could also... Acrobatic Survivor, we take a little damage. We got both footworks, probably next turn. Alright. Okay, we got that leg sweep, which seems very crucial. Alright, we do die, but it was pretty good run. And you know what that means? That means we get to play the Silent again next time. I really like playing Silent. I would have liked to win against the Heart here, but I had fun doing my best. That's the run.